Hi, welcome to our August update at the orchard. I'm just looking at this Jersey Black and I've noticed that it's starting to grow its first growth above the mesh. I always use that as a kind of landmark, and it won't be long before I need to put a tree tie on that. We've had quite a lot of rain during August, it's been quite cool, but that suits this time of year, this part of the orchard really, the growth. Makes everything work really well for us. We've got Musk Mallow growing really well here. And over here you can see the Hogweed wonders starting to ripen its fruits, which is nice to see. It's the first crop it's had, so we'll see how we get on with those. And we've got the Egremont russet over here, which is starting to have fruit as well. So these are really the beginnings of the fruiting. They're never going to be great crops, and you often find the fruits quite small in the first few years anyway, as the tree's developing its roots. But it's a good start, and we know the pollination works. The hogweed's going over now. It's finished flowering and it's just finishing up. There's a few things lying around on it. So we've got ladybirds still active, which seems to be a very large number of this year. And one of the things that's happened in August is we've come across a big wasp nest down in the vole burrow by the bank. And that's really helped us because it's picked off a lot of the caterpillars through the work of the wasps. They're great foragers for caterpillars, and they'll clear up most of the pests in the orchard for us. We just have to be careful that we don't allow them to become a pest of the fruit later on. So we've got to pick the fruit quickly. Lots of the trees are putting on remarkable extension growth with our feeds, which is a great sign of growth. And even the couple of year old trees, all these apples, the interplanted apples, have put a lot of growth on this year. The important thing to look for is that the leaves are not getting any hidden hunger, and I'll be giving them a last feed probably next week or the week after, the seaweed drench, just to top up the nutrients so that next year they're well supplied with their micronutrients. Otherwise you have problems later on. There's a nice grasshopper sitting on the leaf there, just working its way through. It's amazing how many insects we find in the orchard. Every time you come, you find insects that you've hardly ever seen before or never seen before. And all of these seeds that you can tell are forming now, they'll be good for the goldfinches, which nested in the orchard earlier on. You start to really blow around, but most of them never germinate, actually. They just become food sources. And that's nice to see. So we've got plenty of growth on here. There's the Yarlington Mill, which has got its crop for the first time. Gooseberry's doing very well, and this whole orchard, this whole area is really working quite nicely at the moment. The only thing to watch for is that you put the tree ties on early, which I've been doing, so you don't get any damage, because they will knock against the guards. And it's been windy, so we've been seeing how that's affected the trees. It doesn't seem to matter because they've got the rebar spring loaded, so that supports them right the way through, which is fine. There's one tree over there that will need fed a bit more. That Yarlington I think needs a bit more feed at the moment.